Hey guys, Artosis here with game number 2 between TY and YSC in this little best of 3 series. Yeah, thanks again to StarCast for, putting this on and giving these replays quite some time ago. You can definitely check them out. And yeah, I'm kind of happy that I stumbled upon them again. I just totally forgot to cast, and I think that it's really cool to take a look at TY's StarCraft 1 play, because he's been a StarCraft 2, one of the top pros for a really long time now. So obviously isn't in as good practice StarCraft 1 as he used to be, but still looking pretty darn strong against a player who makes it into ASL from time to time. YSC, of course, I think just kind of outplayed him. It was a tough map, though. It was, Shakura's Temple is a little bit tough on Terran. It's hard to get out of your quadrant of the map when your opponent is moving around like YSC did. So we'll see how TY can actually fare here on Polypoid. Polypoid, I think, is just a fantastic map for this matchup. There's like so much play in the center. It's a lot it's still like hard to get out of your quadrant of the map, which is just like a Terran thing in general. In fact, it's a thing in StarCraft 2 as well, but it's something that TY knows how to deal with, and it's not as hard as like Shakura's Temple, I would say. You definitely have a lot more options as to how to get a 5th base and then a 6th base if you need to in the game. Now they're cross spawns, TY here and YSC up here. And we're going to have to see what the openers would be. Okay, it is going to be a gas coming on here from TY. Because the last game he did go for just the really quick gasless expand, which did give him a decent opening, but honestly his 5-tank push under-delivered a little bit. And he even caught YSC, I would say, it was a decent build order advantage from TY. But it's honestly the 2-fact pressure plays after expansions have had an increasingly hard time over the past year or so. There was definitely a period where they were crushing everything, and now Protosses have just gotten very good at how to whittle them down and hold on and just get into a macro game. Now TY gets his 100 gas. The Marine just now starting. And yeah, that's a very quick factory. Okay, so I hadn't noticed this had to be 11 gas, and he went for factory, then Marine, and then supply depot. So yeah, that's just a slightly faster factory. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to mean anything. One thing to mention is that he can get a Vulture out really quickly and definitely have it out from in front of here before a Dragoon gets here, or almost certainly he can do that. And like sometimes you do pressure builds like this when you get the quicker factory, even a few seconds really matter within StarCraft 1. So maybe it'll be like an FD Terran, a fake double factory type of build to put some pressure on a YSC. We'll see. But he goes add-on right away. So he definitely has some plans. If this was just going to be an expansion build, I think most Terrans would just make a Vulture here, push this back real quick, and just be fine. But here with the add-on, it seems like he may, either he really wants a tank or he wants to get something like the mine upgrade right away, which is totally fine, Definitely, there are plenty of builds like that, and maybe that just kind of suits him well. So Siege Tank comes out, and he is mining 3 on gas, so I think we're going to see the mine upgrade relatively soon here as he gets up to that amount of money. 3rd depot is down. 4 Marines are out. Taking a look, the Zealot just took a little bit of damage. He is running home. SCV going to scout. The Nexus has already started ahead of TY's command center. Range still coming. And yeah, okay, so there's the mines. There's the tank. He should pop out a Vulture next and make a command center. So yeah, there goes the command center. And this is kind of an older build. It's definitely still usable, but like, for instance, amongst professional Terran players, I feel like I only ever see Ample do openers like this, and he's one of the more aggressive Terrans overall. And that to say it's not like it's not bad necessarily, but it's hard to expect to do any real damage with it nowadays. The micro has grown to such a point where you're not going to be able to go across the map and really get too much done. But it's a very safe build. Your opponent is not going to kill you on one base or anything when you do this. Notice he's laying the mines super quick here. Like, this would be quick enough to stop DTs, for instance. He doesn't have to build a bunker with a build like this, which means that you can go for a little bit more steady SCV production. So yeah, kind of interesting to see out of TY. He has laid most of his mines right there at his natural. Going to send these 2 vultures across the map, get a little bit of scouting done, maybe lay a mine at a possible third base. Oh, he catches a scouting probe, which is nice. And even, like, it's almost better if they see those 2 vultures kill the probe in a lot of ways. Because now they know, like, oh, okay, we gotta guard this area. We gotta be careful. He doesn't know. There could be a starport on the way. So he definitely, you notice he's putting a pylon down here. You'll see eventually, I think what we'll see maybe is like a pylon down here and then maybe send 2 goons up into the main base just in case. Another spotting pylon. Yeah, just, he doesn't have a lot of intel right now. Just that there are some vultures on the map. Oh, armory goes down. Hey, and there is actually a starport. So even I didn't have the intel because I was kind of looking at the actual army movements. But he is going for that quick dropship. And again, YSC, like, seeing 2 vultures out on the map at that time, you gotta keep a couple goons in the main base. And with these pylons placed like this, I feel like he wants them like 2 steps closer, like maybe here instead of here, so that he can head the vultures off if they like drop here and start to run up. The goons won't be able to block here before they get in. So that makes me a little bit nervous for him, but we'll see how it goes down. The speed upgrade is coming. Looking pretty decent for TY's upcoming drop. Okay, lays mine here as a couple dragoons chase him back with the observer. Now, if you see the speed upgrade, you're pretty certain a drop is probably going to come. Let's see here. He's clearing the map of these mines. Not a big deal for TY. That's going to buy him some time. That's less dragoons in the main to watch. And here comes that drop. Oh, boy. I have a big feeling exactly what I said is going to happen. These dragoons just slightly out of position. Okay, here we go. Here comes the drop. This is the most important part of this game right now. Oh, he's flying right up. These dragoons are not... Oh, actually some miss micro there. Probe's coming down to fight as well. And a little bit of miss micro on both sides, I would say. But he brings the probe count down to 41. It's 40 against 41. He's making a couple of comsats right now. So everything's fine for TY. Like, I think the drop, it wasn't... He definitely could have gotten a few more probes, I think, if he had micro just perfectly. But also, let's not forget YSC was slightly out of position. So I would say it's pretty even as far as it goes. Maybe slight advantage to TY at the moment. Nexus coming down. Just kind of going for this shuttle speed. Observer kind of checking out what's what. He's going to be able to find that there is a 3rd command center being made. We're halfway through that +1 attack. Oh, beautiful scan. Going to be able to catch this observer right away. So I'm actually not entirely sure if he saw this from the angle that he came in on. So if he doesn't know, that's pretty helpful as well. In the meantime, we have a little bit of harassment here from TY. And he will back up. Okay, so it seems like we're entering a moment here where it's like light harassment from both sides, while both sides are taking 3rd bases. And I mean, that's pretty standard, right? We have the Charon boosters coming on for TY, so that'll be helping him to catch this shuttle that's coming in. Not quite done yet. Of course, that speed upgrade going to be very fearsome indeed. Very close as far as the worker count goes, and that's awesome to see for TY. Like, don't forget that comsats do cost 4 SCVs, basically, and his natural command center was a little bit late, so that kind of shows you that the vulture drop really did do a pretty good job overall. All right, the shuttle is ready. I think he's just waiting for that speed upgrade so he can fly over any missile turrets. Of course, we see that there aren't any. TY really preferring not to go for missile turrets, but instead use Goliaths as his mobile anti-air. 3rd CC coming down to land, but here we go. This is kind of the big moment here for YSC, and the targeting was, it seemed so good, but it didn't quite kill that shuttle off. Oh, he finally does get it, but some good micro goes down beforehand. The Zealots cleaned up all the mines, so the Reaver can kind of just be microed here, and it's not going to take any massive damage. Some good micro back and forth here. Oh, that was a sick hit right there, and gets another one off as well. So, yeah, I mean, TY cleans it up. He doesn't lose too many SCVs, which is the more important part, but does lose 4 Goliaths, does lose a Vulture. You know, it's a little bit painful still. ISC now getting ready to take his 4th base location. See if it... No, he's going to try to drag the mine. You better be able to do it. Ah! Ooh. If that hits, it slows this Nexus down so much because the probe ends up dying. Okay, cannon coming up. No cannon in the main yet. No cannon in the natural. And I'm sure he'll be getting, yeah, a cannon over here at the 4th base. You know, he knows that there's a dropship out. He knows that TY is likely to do something like that. Oh, I love this move. This is actually one of my personal favorite moves. Bring in a group of vultures as well as a dropship with a couple siege tanks. And he is going to be able to lay a bunch of mines and drop these tanks out. This is an awesome moment here for TY. Clears that first goon. Out come the tanks. Laying a bunch of mines. And, I mean, we already lost the shuttle with Reavers. So how is YSC going to clear this efficiently? Okay, he does have another shuttle. Has a probe in it for some reason. Maybe it was stuck before. But he just cancels the Nexus. So this move paid huge dividends. And you can see... bigger supply for TY, but less workers. So his army right now looking absolutely fantastic. It's not actually positioned all that well, but he does have some mines in the center. So he has a good idea of where YSC is at. If YSC were to attack him right now, he'd be in trouble. But TY definitely has some play here to get into position as he comes across. Now YSC coming up here with the Zealots, with the Goons, trying to clear out this area. Dropship has remained, though, so he's going to lose the Vultures. But ends up picking up the siege tanks. Oh, if he picked off that probe, that would be amazing. But the probe throws down the Nexus in the face of that stuck Vulture. And YSC will be on his way to his 4th base. Maybe his 5th shortly here as well. Okay. Okay. Good amount of factories. Let's count them. 5, 6, 7. And this is against no Arbiter. So this looks to be more of Psystorm-based play with those speed shuttles. So that's a totally fine factory count for now for TY. Still flying around here with that dropship. Making great usage of his Vultures with it as well. Loving what I'm seeing here as far as the mobility of harassment from TY. You can kind of see a little bit of his StarCraft 2 experience here, where Terran is really a super mobile harassment-based race in a lot of ways. He's utilizing the double siege tank in dropship play more than most players that I see, honestly. Now, a little counter Reaver drop here. Looks like it did maybe eat a mine there, considering how red it is on that health. TY running his SCVs very well. Let's see if some more damage can be done. Oh, he's just going to fly into the main base here. What is left over? Nothing defensively. No missile turrets, no mines, no units. The units are running up to try to find some damage. Gonna drop the Reaver up here. Kills a single SCV and gets out. Okay, well, if that's all you're gonna do. At least he is keeping him busy. Another dropship coming up. Has 4 High Templars in it. Let's see what YSC can get done. Oh, and this is what I was talking about before, where TY is a bit out of position. If he's in position here, you can't even attack in. But you know what? He's got enough. He pushes it back. Oh, a decent storm there on the SCVs, no doubt. Some Zealots running down. YSC's army, honestly, not that big right now. We've had so many scuffles at this point that we haven't had anyone maxed out. We're past 14 minutes. Now, I mean, they will start to work towards that as the factory count has grown, as the gateways should get added on at this point. YSC has already bought a lot of tech and a lot of nexuses, so we should be seeing those units follow now. Not the greatest positioning from TY, but oh, okay, he's got some good defense here at his 4th base. Clearing out some of these observers is always, always nice. The army here of YSC just kind of patrolling the middle a little bit. Not much map presence for TY. Throwing out an eBay here for some scouting, I guess. A couple mines left over. Doesn't look like he has anything really up in this area. Nothing in the bottom left. He does still have this dropship with a single tank, so this actually could come in very handy at some point. But nothing he can really do with it at the moment, I think. All right. UI just massing. Vessels getting added. We do see just good upgrades coming in from YSC. I like to see that. The double forge. Also is getting that Kadarian amulet for the more Psy Storms coming out. Storming back some of those vultures. They do back up. I tell you, it really feels like TY is a bit adverse to missile turrets. It doesn't have that many out here. Just a few here and there. I guess that's a good deterrent to observers, but really nothing against arbiters, which of course aren't in the game, or the speed shuttles, which have been kind of all over the game so far. Now a couple cannons, as well as a gateway at the top right as he tries to take this main. Really, this could be either player's game right now. We see that TY is up in supply a little bit, but that's not completely uncommon in a game like this. You definitely, if you defend well a few times, you end up in supply sometimes against these Speed Shuttle High Templar users, but they can be very efficient with those High Templars. So we're going to see if YSC can take some good fights, because this army is looking really scary from TY. Look at this. He's down 14 workers, but also up like 20 supply. So that is a 35 supply advantage for TY with 2-1 upgrades. That's pretty magnificent. But don't forget, with the slightly lower worker count, slightly lower saturation, he doesn't really have a bank as of yet. So it might be hard to refill the army if he loses it, which is where those Psy Storms really come into play. You can kind of grind him down a little bit while growing your own bank. All right, the Siege Tanks starting to move up. Oh, they can't be alone. Where are the vultures? Uh-oh, all the vultures at the top right. This could have been a moment here for YSC to jump upon him, but the vultures got into damage, and the Siege Tanks alone going to force everything to stay back. Ooh, it looks like he did take a lot of damage on that shuttle, so maybe that was part of it, but with no vultures there, I think that was a key opportunity for YSC to possibly get a great trade. Instead, he is going to lose this Nexus. Still not the end of the game for YSC. He's still got fighting potential with this army. He's got his own 2-1 upgrades. TY about halfway done with 3-2. Sending some more SCVs out as he takes this 5th base. Yeah, going to go ahead and drop with that very hurt shuttle to pick off this one tank. Running past one of these mines here. Ooh, a bunch of goons actually pathing the wrong way. Okay, YSC comes in, and he is going to be able to pick off this command center, I think, if he wants to. But no, he's going to fight the units. And honestly, some great Psy Storms going down. He is starting to whittle everything back quite a bit here for TY. But TY still has the majority of his army left over. You can see now the supply differential swings towards YSC a bit better. Oh, wow. That was a very strange turnaround. Does pick off another siege tank. Loses the observer and a few more units here. I guess he's just going to slow this down. Anything that you can use to slow TY down right now is phenomenal. Still has the vultures up here. He has taken this base as well. So we have some good mining, just not that many SCVs right now from TY. Still rallying out quite a bit. I love the 3 add-ons as well. Looking over at YSC's base. Oh, the second robo coming up. Very nice. Wants to really refill those shuttles as well as observers. We don't have any Arbiter tech, though, so that's kind of the one thing. He has been using Psy Storms quite a bit this game, and I think that that's actually working very well for TY. Or against TY, rather. So some more cannons in this bottom left. The top right was denied to him from those vultures, don't forget. TY going for a move out once again. He is just about maxed out. And again, you got to look at those worker counts. With the 20 less workers, we have 20 more army supply for TY. This is going to come down so heavily to Psy Storms and maybe like Mind Drags and things like that. We have to see YSC like whittle this army down. TY with a lot of bases right now, looking very, very, very strong. He's got quite a few science. Look at that, 4 science vessels. He can actually cast those spells off. It's going to be amazing for him. Now catches some probes in transit. Not the biggest deal. Gonna come up, hitting this mineral-only base. YSC going around. Okay, he's clearing out some of the mines here, sending units down. There's no mines for protection. Just a couple siege tanks up here. YSC coming around the other side as well. He's going to be hitting multiple bases at once. actually loses 4 High Templars in a shuttle. That's a huge moment right there. Zealot's running into mines, unfortunately. He's doing a pretty good job up here, killing a lot of the SCVs, but TY's attack not going to be denied here in the top left. And it looks like he does start to break into this area. Ooh, that's a kind of a nice size storm right there, getting rid of a lot of the SCVs. TY cleaning up this chunk of the army at least. Another storm goes down onto those tanks. Looks like YSC has taken over this third base area. TY continuing to push over here. He might... I think he's going to actually push the main, which makes some sense. We barely have any gates out on the map right now. Very, very few. So if he actually gets up here and kills the gates, this is definitely a TY win. He saved this base. He still has this base up. It hasn't been hit. Okay, looks like YSC does want to hit that base now. But realistically, what we need to see out of YSC is like 1 million gates or busting this army. Look at that. Amazing defense matrix go down. EMP on this High Templar, it looks like, as well. A good storm, but YSC without much left over. All right, he does force a liftoff here. Kind of a crazy game right now. But TY looking poised to take it. He's kept just enough alive that the units popping out of these gateways really are not causing any problem for him right now. There are some High Templars coming out as well. So a couple Zealots coming down to this 6 o'clock base. YSC clear in the mid. Using those goons to get rid of the mines. But he doesn't really have much of an army to speak of right now. You can see his supply is very, very low. His probe count very low as well. These tanks just wreaking havoc on 12 o'clock. And as the units come towards this bottom left, I think TY is going to go ahead and win game number 2. Definitely does look that way. Shuttle coming out. Yeah, I think that this is just about it, guys. Looks like TY gonna get his revenge here. YSC, really nothing left over. He's got just a tiny, tiny, tiny bank. Maybe he can clear these units, but what's his mining? His mining is like 7 probes here, and whatever he's got here. A total of 28 probes on the map right now. If he had been able to keep 12 o'clock, which of course had no defense edit other than cannons, so it's impossible to keep, but if he had kept that, I could see him possibly winning the game, right? But as is, does not seem possible to me. Hey, there's that dropship and siege tank once again. Storm goes down on the tanks on the ramp. Clears that observer, and GG is called. Tied up 1-1.